body snatching at the Lubbock County Medical Examiner's Office. Those are the words from an attorney representing a former employee who filed a lawsuit today.
Shaley Graves and her attorney Kevin Glasheen are suing the company contracted to run the ME's office, National Autopsy Assay Group Pathology Labs. Its CEO, Dr. Evan Matches, and Lubbock County Chief Medical Examiner, Dr. Sam Andrews. Graves says she was fired after she observed and reported potentially illegal and suspicious activity within the ME's office. She filed her lawsuit today, citing tortious interference with her contract. Glasheen says they have not sued Lubbock County and are instead asking that Graves get her job back and receive back pay.
Graves and Glasheen hosted a news conference this afternoon that we streamed live on our KCBD Facebook page. Investigative reporter Shaley Sanders sat down with them before the conference in an exclusive interview this afternoon. She joined us now with more. Shaley?
Karen and Abner, Graves says she witnessed an unlicensed physician performing autopsies and has concerns over shipping an excessive number of body parts to NAG's lab in California for research purposes. These allegations prompted investigations by the Texas Medical Board and the Texas Rangers. And tonight she says she was fired for voicing her concerns.
I'm sorry. I wish I had more power and more knowledge to have stopped it.
Former Lubbock County employee Shaley Graves has a message tonight for some parents of children whose autopsies were done in this office under the instruction of National Autopsy Assay Group Pathology Labs.
I wish I would have thrown my job out the window to help your baby.
Graves says when Dr. Sam Andrews with the National Autopsy Assay Group, or NAG, took control of this office last summer, things changed, including autopsy procedures.
We were instructed that Dr. Matches was going to be showing us how he expected autopsies to be done in the future on all children.
Dr. Evan Matches is the CEO of NAG, and while according to the Texas Medical Board website he applied for a Texas license in September, he has yet to receive one.
He also told us that he was not licensed in the state of Texas and therefore he would be working as a morgue tech.
The KCBD Investigates team obtained these photos of Matches in the autopsy suite. We have blurred portions of the photos to protect the identity of the children. It appears Matches is holding a scalpel.
So Dr. Andrews didn't actually perform the autopsy?
He assisted a little bit, but it seemed as though he was being shown certain things as well.
Is that the only time he allegedly performed an autopsy himself?
No, he did one later that day on another child that was the victim of a house explosion. He also did one in early October on a child that had meningitis.
But Graves says who performed autopsies isn't the only problem. When NAG took over, Graves says management required what she calls an excessive amount of organs and tissues to be preserved and sent to their lab in San Diego. At first, she thought it was just a different standard, but she says her concerns continue to grow.
When they did the same thing on the child in the explosion that they had done for the abuse case, it really raised red flags. You didn't need that tissue to prove that an explosion had killed them. And then it was even worse on the baby with the meningitis, when they knew it was meningitis, but yet they took all these things to be sent to San Diego for testing. For, in his words, we need more naturals like this for research. So once he said that, everything with the previous case from the explosion made sense.
Graves says she believes Matches is collecting organs and tissues to continue personal research, referencing the articles he has published regarding infant deaths and shaken baby syndrome.
He made one comment multiple times that literally made me sick. He said, "Oh, you should have seen a case I was consulting on as a second opinion not long ago. And by the time I was through with that autopsy, you could take what was left of that baby and put it in a cup."
Graves says she shared her concerns with someone at the Lubbock Police Department and a Lubbock County Commissioner. and was then confronted about her complaints by Matches on Monday, January 14th. She says days later, Andrews fired her. She has since hired attorney Kevin Glass-Sheen, and today they filed a lawsuit against NAG, Matches, and Andrews.
What I'm looking at is, did Ms. Graves have a reasonable good faith belief that there was something improper going on there at the medical examiner's office? And did she make appropriate reports to law enforcement about it? Yes, she did. And then did they retaliate against her for that and fire her for that reason? Yes, they did.
Now Graves wants her job back and wants county commissioners to terminate the contract with NAG.
The sooner the better for everyone to heal and get on with normal business for the citizens of Lubbock County.
Lubbock County District Attorney Neil Byrd says the county is aware of the lawsuit but cannot interview or provide a statement due to the current Texas Rangers investigation. Now, we have asked Andrews in the past about these allegations and he has denied all of them. But tonight, NAG, Matches, and Andrews did not return our request for comment. Graves also commented on the allegations made by Andrews about his predecessor, Dr. Sridhar Natarajan. We have that information on our website, kcbd.com, as well as a copy of the lawsuit filed today. Karen and Abner.